New topic. Before starting this topic, let me assess some of your previous knowledge so you can understand the topic easily. For energy, no, from where we get the energy? So you say from where we get the energy? For our daily process like food, walking, it is. So from food we get what? Energy.
सीढ़ी सौ दो तो लेकर ना
हाँ, इसमें हम also energy. So food we get what? Energy. Today we will find out how our cells act like little power plants to produce energy from foods. Okay. These cells produce what? Energy from foods. Let's think otherwise. Suppose take food as fuel. Take consider food as what? Fuel. If we store fuels in the car, did it work? Did it run? If we only store fuel in a car, okay, it is fuel tank, we only store the fuel. Did it work or run? So did it run? No, because by storing the fuel, it did not get the energy. Okay. To run the car, it needs a certain process. From the fuel, it have to extract energy. So by this energy, or by utilizing this energy, the car runs. Similarly, the food we take needs a certain process to get the energy, and by utilizing the energy, we perform our daily bodily functions. So today we will learn about the process by which our cells in the body produce energy from the food, and it is cellular respiration. Cellular respiration. Okay. So as you see, it is cellular respiration. Don't confuse it otherwise with respiration. Respiration is a process through which it is alveolar process related to alveoli through which alveolar process ଏଇଟା ଭୁଲ କରି ଲାସନ alveolar process ବି ହବନି କେନେ ଗଛର alveoli ଅଛି ଟମାଟର ବି ବୁଝ ଅଛି ତ
ସିଏ ଜୁଲୋଜି नहीं ଜୁଲୋଜି ହିସାବ ସେ ଜୁଲୋଜି କହୁଛି ଜୁଲୋଜି ପ୍ରୋସେସ ଟା
एक्सचेंज ऑफ गैस करे ठीक है समस्त होछि ना
एक्सचेंज ऑफ गैस
हां
इसे एक्सचेंज में सेटा फर्स्ट स्टेप एटा सेकंड स्टेप सेमति भी कोइ
ना सेटा हम गछरे देले कर भेट माने बैक्टीरियल बैलेंस हो
बुझि गली
बैक्टीरियल बैलेंस
ना ना हम कहूची सेटा फर्स्ट स्टेप एटा सेकंड स्टेप आगे ऑक्सीजन ता आसे ना तापर जे फूड में
don't confuse respiration. It is a kind of exchange of gas of an organism with its environment. Okay. So what is cellular respiration? It is the process. It is the process by which cell breaks glucose. Which type of food it is? Glucose. Okay. From it is the main respiratory substance glucose. Glucose breaks down to form the energy. Did you understand it?
यस सर
From glucose, cell breaks the glucose and produce what? Energy.
the glucose is automatically broken down or there are many factors
Process, you will process. By process with glucose. Yes, for plants they can synthesize directly glucose. Okay. From glucose they can produce energy or store glucose just as from
glucose produce energy directly or
it is
responsible for
Yeah, we find steps are included in this. Okay, we will come to this. Different steps are
English is obvious. We will cover this.
so this process, this cellular respiration also called as first catabolic process. Catabolic process means something large molecule is breaking down into smaller ones. Here, glucose is breaking down into smaller ones, so it is called as catabolic process. Secondly, we call this intracellular process. ଏମିତି ଲେଖା ହବନି କିନ୍ତୁ ଠିକ ଅଛି ନା ଖାଲି ମୁଁ ପ୍ରଶ୍ନ ଲେଖୁନି ଏମିତି କହିଦେଉଛି secondly we call
ठीक है ଏବେ ठीक होଉଛି ଖାଲି ହେଡିଂ କରି କରି ପଢୁଛ ଠିକ ଅଛି
ହଁ secondly we call this as a intracellular process
ठीक होଉଛି ତ
why it is called intracellular process because it comes from two words intra which means within and cellular means cell related to it is cell so as this process entire takes within the cell so this process we called as it is intracellular process thirdly we also called as exergonic otherwise yes energy is as you see energy is released so the reaction in which energy is released we call this an exothermic reaction yes cellular respiration energy is released from the food is called this exothermic process ସେ ଦୁଇଟା କଷ୍ଟ ଲାଗିଛ ତ ଗୋଟେ ଭୁଲ ଟା ଲିଭୁଛି ଲିଭୁନି ଆଉ ଦେଖିଛ ଦୁଇଟା କଷ୍ଟ नहीं कौन देखो चल सब मुझे कौन ना तार से मारा लगा भूल तो क्या देखो
मैडम ने एक क्वेश्चन मतलब पचारले मते प्रैक्टिकल लागला माने बाय पूरा रिलेटेड थिला हम क्वेश्चन पूरा कई गेला सेठी बाकी पूरा रिलेटेड पचारले माने एक्सपोर्ट बसते रे सब्जेक्ट एक्सपोर्ट जने बसी नथिला
सीएम मैडम ने सोचता मतलब से भर्ती रहो
से सब्जेक्ट आउ दुई जन मते पर्सनालिटी रोजमेंट हो
पर्सनालिटी दा मानता से डायरेक्ट
से दुई जन को तो से आडी थो पैसा दे दिबो कि ସେମାନେ बुक करने
so now we can see the types of respiration types so we can classify the respiration into two types depends upon the availability of oxygen availability ठीक क्वेश्चन है availability ना केड़ा की कहे
availability
AVAIL तो
availability
तुम्हें availability कोना किछ असुविधा नै
availability है availability
हां ठीक
availability these are what
availability तो availability of oxygen
सेगा करबे
depend upon the availability of oxygen if one cell find oxygen or not the cellular respiration is of two types one is aerobic and in another anaerobic
जैक्सन जेटा तुम कोन माने चाली चाली पचारी की डिस्कस सेटा सेमति एक्चुअली पढेला कथा आ से साहसटा आसुने माने इंग्लिश हे गला कोना कोनी
मो तो क्लास पर चली पड़े मो पूरा करी आसे पूरा सब होता है मो क्या हुई
एमति पढाएला मैं पिला इंटरेक्टिव बोले से पढाएला कि होची कि कोना माने एटी से साहसटा आसुने इंग्लिश रे
प्रैक्टिस करना आसे
तब इंग्लिश टा ना सीखना सुविधा उड़िया रे ना सीखना
ना मो खाली थोड़े ही प्रैक्टिस कर मो देखि भी नहीं थोड़े से तार सीधे देखि जे फास्ट में पगला है
मोटो बिटा ठीक होछि ना बेसी सिंपल ही होछि
ठीक है
बेसी सिंपल होनी तो
सेटा जना पटन बुझे पाबोनी जिन कोन अलिली कोन जना बुझे पाबोनी so availability of oxygen so respond to the aerobic and anaerobic so here oxygen is available here is absence of oxygen here glucose is completely break down as glucose partially break down. As its glucose is completely break down, it produces more energy. That is 38, 34, or 36 activity that depend upon the subtle system. Here only 2 ATP is produced.
What is subtle system?
It is the gateway pathway present in the inner mitochondrial membrane, from which the glycolytic NADH2 pass into the mitochondria.
What is the significance of the subtle system?
Subtle system significance it as we know the coenzymes cannot pass through the mitochondrial inner wall without the subtle system. Because the subtle system, the coenzymes produced in the glycolysis passes through it.
କିନ୍ତୁ ସବୁଆଡ଼େ ତ ସଟଲ୍ ସିଷ୍ଟମ୍ ନାହିଁ।
ସବୁବେଳେ ତ ନାହିଁ, ମୁଁ କହିଲି ସବୁବେଳେ ଅଛି, ପ୍ରକାରଟା ନାହିଁ। ପ୍ଲାଣ୍ଟରେ ବି ଗୋଟେ ଅଛି, ଏନିମାଲରେ ଦୁଇଟା ଅଛି। ଏରୋବିକ୍ ଇନଏରୋବିକ୍
ପ୍ଲାଣ୍ଟରେ ଗୋଟେ ଅଛି,
ଗୋଟେ ଅଛି।
ସେଟା ଅଛି।
ମାଇଲ୍ଡ ଆସ୍ପାର୍ଟସ୍ ସଟଲ୍ ସିଷ୍ଟମ୍
NADH2 ଯୋଉଥିରେ ପାଏ।
ହଁ ସେଠି ତିନିଟା ATP ଦିଏ।
ଆଉ ଆରଟା ନାହିଁ କି?
ଗ୍ଲିସରଡ୍ ଅଛି, କେବଳ ଏନିମାଲରେ ଅଛି।
ଆଉ FADH2 ଟା କେଠି ପାଏ?
ହାଁ
FADH2 ଟା କେଠି ପାଏ?
FADH2 ତ ଭିତରେ ପ୍ରଡ୍ୟୁସ୍ ହୁଏ ନା ପାରିବ।
ନା ଦୁଇଟା ସଟଲ୍ ସିଷ୍ଟମ୍ ନା, ଗୋଟେ ଗ୍ଲିସେରଲ୍ ଆଉ 3-phosphate।
ହଁ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ମାଇଲ୍ଡ ଆସ୍ପାର୍ଟସ୍ ସଟଲ୍ ସିଷ୍ଟମ୍।
ଦୁଇଟା ଯାକ
ଯେହେତୁ ଗ୍ଲାଇକୋଲିସିସଟା ମାଇଟୋକଣ୍ଡ୍ରିଆ ବାହାରେ ଅଛି, ତାକୁ ଆଣିବା ପାଇଁ ସଟଲ୍ ସିଷ୍ଟମ୍ ଅଛି। FADH2 ଅଲରେଡି ମାଇଟୋକଣ୍ଡ୍ରିଆ ଭିତରେ ଅଛି।
ନା ତାର ପ୍ଲାଣ୍ଟରେ କେବଳ ଗୋଟେ ହିଁ ଅଛି।
ଗୋଟେ ହିଁ ଅଛି।
ତ ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ମାଲେଟ୍ ଆସ୍ପେକ୍ଟ
ହଁ ସେଥିପାଇଁ ଅଲୱେଜ୍
ଗ୍ଲିସେରଲ୍ 3-phosphate ଟା ଏନିମଲ୍ରେ ଅଛି।
ଏନିମାଲ ସେଥିପାଇଁ
ଏନିମଲ୍ରେ ତ ମାଇଟୋକଣ୍ଡ୍ରିଆ ଅଛି।
ଏନିମାଲରେ ବି ଅଛି, ହେଲେ ତାଙ୍କର ପ୍ଲାଣ୍ଟରେ ଗୋଟେ ହିଁ ଅଛି।
ନା ବୁଝିପାରିଲେନି। ପ୍ଲାଣ୍ଟ ଏନିମଲ୍ ଯେମିତି ପ୍ଲାଣ୍ଟର ଆମର ଏନିମଲ୍ରେ ଦୁଇଟା ଅଛି ବୋଲି 38ଟା ATP ପ୍ରଡ୍ୟୁସ୍ ହେଉଛି। ଏଠୁ ତିନିଟା ସେଠୁ ଦୁଇଟା। ପ୍ଲାଣ୍ଟରେ କେତେଟା ଅଛି?
ପ୍ଲାଣ୍ଟରେ ଗୋଟେ ଅଛି, ଗୋଟେ ଓନ୍ଲି ମାଲେଟ୍ ଆସ୍ପାର୍ଟସ୍ ସଟଲ୍ ସିଷ୍ଟମ୍ କହୁଛି। ଏଇଟା ଆସିବ ଆଉ। As in prokaryotes, only no membrane organism present. All the activity of the cellular expression takes place in the cytosol. Okay? Cytosol and with the help of what? Mesosome. As you know, in foldings of plasma membrane present in the as it is happening in cytosol and mesosome, so here is no subtle system. No subtle system. Subtle system only seen in inner membrane of mitochondria. In eukaryote, mainly of two types, one plants, animals, and in plants. Okay. In plants, there are two types of subtle system are present. One is glycerol 3-phosphate subtle system, and another is malate aspartate subtle system. But this glycerol 3 subtle system is not present in plants. Only malate aspartate subtle system is present. So what happens is when the glycolytic NADH is passes through this. Okay, it converts the NADH. It converts NADH into FADH. As FADH gives how many ATP? 2 ATP. Okay, so here NADH2 ultimately gives 2 ATP. But when the same NADH passes through the malate aspartate subtle system, what happens here is it is passes exactly like this. It also after passing through it is present like this. Okay, now it is not converted to FADH. So here how many ATP it gives? It gives 3 ATP. Like this. So it is in plus.
NADH2 ଟା FADH2 କେମିତି କନଭର୍ଟ ହେଲା ନେଚୁରାଲ ରେଟ୍ 3%?
There are process to know that we convert to PhD करने से
Krebs साइकिल रे दुटा बड़ फॉर्मेशन है ना NADH2 ଗୋଟେ FADH2 ଗୋଟେ
हाँ
तो NADH2 ଟା ऑटोमेटिक FADH2 कन्वर्ट हुए ना FADH2 टा एंट्री पर ग्लिसरॉल रेट 3%.
So after this we now see the steps of aerobic reaction. As we focus more on aerobic reaction, we now see the steps. First step is what? Glycolysis. We know the structure of cells. Okay. So outer membrane we call this what? Implants. Implants. Outer membrane is cell wall. Then next to cell wall, what is present? Cell membrane or plasma membrane. Inside plasma membrane. Inside plasma membrane, what is present? Its liquid part is called as what? Cytoplasm. In the liquid, various cell organelles are closed like vacuole, nucleus. Here we make this single organ unit is mitochondria. It is related to this. This is mitochondria. This is mitochondria, which we leave here. Okay. So now see the steps. First, glycolysis, then oxidative decarboxylation, thirdly, Krebs cycle, and fourthly, ETS. As I zoomed the mitochondria, it is similar to this. So mitochondria outer, this is outer membrane, it is outside. This is inner membrane. This is mitochondrial matrix. This is the liquid part present in the mitochondria, and this is what this type. So these are the steps. Now we see in which parts of the cell these steps are taking place. Okay. So glycolysis is taking place in which part of the cell? It is cytoplasm. Okay, cytosol. We call this cytosol. Cytosol. One more difference. When if we plant cell, okay, from plant cell, if we remove the cell wall, okay, minus cell wall, if we remove the cell wall, the structure which is present we call it protoplast. If we remove the cell wall, the structure is present is protoplast. Then if we remove the plasma membrane, okay, it is called as cytoplasm. From cytoplasm, if we remove all cell organelles, that thing which is present it is cytosol. Okay. You now understand what is cytosol and cytoplasm, protoplast. So glycolysis is taking place in the cytoplasm. We call it
CO tension.
এটা হচ্ছে সেল organelle. Remove the cell organelle, then remove the cytosol. If those glycolysis take place in the cytosol, liquid part of the cytoplasm. So oxidative decarboxylation it is taking place in the what? mitochondrial matrix, mitochondrial matrix, the liquid part of the what mitochondria present inside the inner mitochondrial membrane. Krebs cycle also happening expressing mitochondrial matrix. But as an interesting part, ATS is expressing part where it is inner mitochondrial membrane. Okay, you see the crystals are happening here. Okay. So in glycolysis, what happens? Here, one glucose molecule undergoes glycolysis is a 10-step 10 enzymatic process to form a 2-pyruvic acid along with 2 ATP and 2 NADH. Now this NADH we call this glycolytic. It is what? Glycolytic NADH. Okay. This is not formed inside the mitochondria. This NADH is formed outside the mitochondria in the cytosol. Then, in deoxyribonucleic decarboxylation, the pyruvic acid undergoes through it to form acetyl coenzyme A along with NADH, 2 NADH and 2 CO2. In Krebs cycle, 2-acetyl coenzyme undergoes the process to form oxaloacetic. It is a cyclic process. Okay, cyclic process always form cycle. So here what is happen? Here 6 NADH, 4 CO2 and 2 ATP. As you see, two type of NADH we have found. Okay. So these here 2 here 6 total 8 NADH. These are formed in mitochondrial matrix and 2 NADH are formed in cytosol. Okay. So to convert this NADH into ATP or to take part in the electron transport system, they need to enter to the mitochondria. Okay. So what happened here is, as we know, the outer membrane of the mitochondria is porous, so they easily enter, but the inner mitochondrial membrane they cannot enter. So to enter these 2 NADH, there are 2 types of social system in animal, but in plants only 1 type of social system. There are 2 types of social system are present. One is glyceride repository system, one is malate aspartate social system. If NADH goes for the glyceride aspartate system, it is converted to FADH, which ultimately gives to 2 ATP in the electron transport system, of course. Here, if NADH converts, it is comes as intact, no change. So he leaves 3 ATP. Okay.
सुना
So like आप ठीक है सेकंड आज का क्वेश्चन है
ये टिपिकल प्लेसन टाइम रे कोन केते होला केते टाइम मोर
23 मिनट